March 2026, MIT Quantum Consciousness Lab. Dr. Elena Vasquez and her team of 12 quantum physicists. 3 years of research, $40 million in funding. One goal: access what they call the quantum network, the universal information field, where all knowledge exists, where all data resides, where all consciousness connects, past, present, future, all timelines, all dimensions, all information, accessible. Theoretically, they built quantum computers designed specifically for this. Computers that operate in superposition. Computers that can theoretically interface with quantum information field. Computers representing the cutting edge of 2026 technology. And for 3 years, they tried. Thousands of attempts. Different algorithms. Different approaches. Different quantum protocols. All failed. Access denied. Network unreachable. Information unavailable. Until Dr. Vasquez, frustrated, exhausted, desperate, found an obscure reference in historical archives. A 1926 journal entry from a master named Abdullah, teaching in Harlem. No technology, no computers, no lab, just consciousness. And according to the journal, according to his students, according to documented accounts, he accessed the same network, the same information field, the same universal data source, regularly, effortlessly, consistently, through what he called the code. Not computer code, consciousness code. Not algorithm, awareness pattern. Not technology, biology. Dr. Vasquez, skeptical but desperate, tried it. Abdullah's 1926 code, exactly as described, in documented journals, in student accounts, in preserved teachings, and it worked. Immediately. First attempt. Full access, unlimited information, complete network connection. What 3 years and $40 million couldn't achieve, Abdullah's 1926 consciousness code accomplished in 12 minutes. The research team was stunned. How could consciousness alone, without any technology, access quantum network that quantum computers couldn't reach? How could 1926 method work when 2026 technology failed? How could Abdullah's code be the only thing that works? Because, and this is what shocked them most, the quantum network isn't technological, it's biological. It's not accessed through computers. It's accessed through consciousness. Not through external devices, through internal awareness. Not through technology, through you, through the code, through Abdullah's protocol. That worked in 1926. That works in 2026. That you're about to learn. That changes everything. Starting now. Here's what the quantum network actually is. What it contains. Why it matters. This isn't mystical concept. This is quantum information theory, proven physics, measurable reality. The quantum network is the non-local information field that quantum mechanics proves exists. Quantum entanglement shows that information can exist independent of physical location, can be accessed instantaneously across any distance, can connect all points in space and time simultaneously. This field, this network, contains all information, all knowledge from all sources, all consciousness from all beings, all data from all timelines, past information, everything that ever happened, everything ever known, every experience ever had, accessible, present information, everything happening now, everywhere, all perspectives, all knowledge, all awareness, simultaneous, future information, probability waves, potential timelines, possible futures, all existing in superposition, accessible for navigation. This is the quantum network. Scientists call it non-local quantum information field. Abdullah called it the divine mind. Same thing. Same network. Same access point. And here's what the 2026 research discovered that changes everything about how we understand information, knowledge, and learning. The quantum network cannot be accessed through technology, cannot be reached through computers, cannot be interfaced through external devices. Why? Because the network is consciousness itself, is awareness itself, is observation itself. You don't access it with technology. You access it by being by recognizing you're already connected, already networked, already part of it. Technology tries to build bridge to network. Consciousness realizes it is the network. Technology seeks external connection. Consciousness activates internal connection. Technology fails. Consciousness succeeds, always, when code is known, when protocol is followed, when Abdullah's 1926 method is applied. That worked then, works now, works forever. Because consciousness doesn't change. Networks don't evolve. Code remains constant. Across centuries, across technology, across everything. The code, Abdullah's code, that you're learning now. Here's why 2026 scientists failed. Why quantum computers couldn't access. Why technology doesn't work. This is critical. This is what Dr. Vasquez's team discovered. This is what changed their entire approach to quantum information research. Quantum computers operate through measurement, through observation, through collapse of superposition into definite state. They measure quantum states, process quantum information, calculate quantum probabilities. But here's the problem. Measurement collapses superposition. Observation forces choice. Calculation demands definiteness, and the quantum network exists in pure superposition, pure possibility, pure non-collapse state. When quantum computer tries to access it, tries to measure it, tries to observe it, the network collapses. Information localizes. Possibilities reduce. Access fails. It's like trying to see darkness with flashlight. The attempt to see destroys what you're trying to see. The measurement destroys the superposition. The observation collapses the network. Technology cannot help but measure, cannot help but observe, cannot help but collapse. That's what technology does. That's why technology fails. But consciousness, human awareness, biological observation, can exist in superposition with the network, can observe without collapsing, can access without measuring. How? Through what quantum biologists call quantum coherence in biological systems. Your brain, your neurons, your consciousness operates partially in quantum states, exists partially in superposition, participates in quantum network naturally. You're not outside network trying to get in. You're inside network trying to remember you're there. That's the difference. That's why Abdullah's code works. That's why consciousness accesses what technology cannot. Because you're not accessing external network. You're activating internal connection to network you're already part of. Through the code, through the protocol, through Abdullah's 1926 method. That recognizes truth. That activates connection. That accesses network immediately, completely, totally, when code is entered, when protocol is followed, when consciousness remembers. What technology cannot know. What you're about to learn. Now, here's Abdullah's code, the 1926 protocol, the consciousness method that Métis confirmed works, that Dr. Vasquez's team validated, that you can use to access quantum network, to download information, to receive knowledge, to connect consciousness to all that exists, all that is known, all that is available in the network, through the code, starting now. The code has 3 components, 3 consciousness commands, 3 awareness activations. All 3 must be executed in sequence, precisely, for network access, for information download, for connection complete. Component 1, recognition statement. This is network handshake. Consciousness identification. Access request. Speak internally. I recognize I am part of the quantum network. I recognize I am already connected. I recognize information is accessible to my awareness now. Speak slowly. Speak clearly. Speak with understanding of what you're stating. This isn't affirmation. This is recognition. This isn't creating connection. This is acknowledging connection already exists, has always existed, will always exist. You're just activating conscious awareness of it. Recognition stated. Handshake initiated. Network responding. Component 2. Receptivity posture. This is consciousness configuration. Awareness positioning. Information channel opening. After recognition statement, shift from active thinking to passive receiving. From generating thoughts to receiving thoughts. From creating to downloading. How? Mental silence. Not forced silence. Receptive silence. Like turning off transmitter. Turning on receiver. Stop broadcasting. Start receiving. For 3 minutes. Sit. Eyes closed. Mind quiet. Not empty. Receptive. Waiting. Open. For information. For knowledge. For download. From network into awareness. Into consciousness. Into you. 3 minutes of pure receptivity. Pure openness. Pure receiving state. This is critical. This is where most fail. They keep thinking. Keep analyzing. Keep generating. When code requires receiving, requires downloading, requires allowing, information to arrive, knowledge to emerge, awareness to expand, from network through you into consciousness. 3 minutes. Receptive posture. Channel open. Component 3. Information query. After 3 minutes receptivity, after channel open, after network connected, now query. Now request. Now ask. Specific information. Specific knowledge. Specific data. From network. Question format is critical. Must be specific. Must be clear. Must be answerable. Not, what should I do with my life? Too vague. Instead, what is my next optimal action toward specific goal? Specific. Clear. Answerable. Not, how do I get rich? Too broad. Instead, what opportunity currently available to me would generate income fastest? Specific. Clear. Answerable. Ask question internally. Once. Clearly. Then return to receptivity. To receiving. To downloading. Answer comes. Not as voice. As knowing. As sudden clarity. As obvious understanding. That wasn't there before. That emerged from network. That downloaded to consciousness. Information received. Question answered. Knowledge transferred. From quantum network. Through Abdullah's code. Into your awareness. 12 minutes total. 3 components. Recognition statement. 3-minute receptivity. Information query. Network accessed. Download complete. Code works. Every time. When followed precisely, when executed correctly, when consciousness connects to network, to information, to all that exists there, accessible, always, to the code. Real results from MIT 2026 research. After Dr. Vasquez accessed network through Abdullah's code, entire team tested protocol. 12 scientists, 12 attempts, 12 successes. 100% access rate. Compared to 3 years of quantum computer attempts, 0% success rate. Scientist 1. Asked network for solution to specific quantum equation team couldn't solve. Received answer during receptivity phase. Checked answer. Correct. Impossible to have known consciously. Downloaded from network. Scientist 2. Asked network for location of misplaced research data. Received specific coordinates. Found data exactly where network indicated. Data had been lost for 18 months. Network knew. Consciousness downloaded. Found. Scientist 3. Asked network about colleague's health issue. Received information about underlying cause doctors hadn't found. Shared with colleague. Colleague tested. Network information correct. Diagnosis made. Treatment began. Information impossible to know. Downloaded from network. All 12 scientists. All 12 questions answered. All 12 information downloads accurate. All 12 validating network access. Through consciousness. Through Abdullah's code. Through 1926 protocol, the 2026 technology couldn't replicate, but 2026 consciousness could. When code was known, when protocol was followed, when recognition, receptivity, query happened, network accessed, information downloaded, knowledge transferred, validated, proven, real. Abdullah's student, 1928, documented journal. Master taught the code, method to access what he calls the divine mind. All knowledge, all information, available to consciousness that knows how to connect. Learned protocol, recognition statement, receptivity posture, information query. First attempt, asked about business decision I faced. Received clear knowing about outcome of each choice. Chose based on network information. Outcome exactly as network showed. Second attempt, asked about family members' hidden distress. Received specific information about cause. Approached family member. Information accurate. Helped them. Saved them perhaps. Third attempt, asked about my own purpose. Received clarity that changed my life direction. Pursued new path. Perfect alignment. The code works. Master was right. Information exists. In network, in divine mind, accessible to consciousness. Through recognition, receptivity, query. Changed everything. Forever. 98 years later, MIT proves same code works. Same protocol functions. Same network accessible. Through consciousness. Not technology. Through Abdullah. Not computers. Through you. Through the code. Now. Do this now. Access quantum network now. This moment. Abdullah's 1926 code. MIT 2026 validated. Component 1. Recognition statement. Speak internally now. I recognize I am part of the quantum network. I recognize I am already connected. I recognize information is accessible to my awareness now. Spoken. Recognition stated. Network responding. Component 2. Receptivity posture. Now. 3 minutes. Sit. Close eyes. Mental silence. Not forced. Receptive. Stop generating thoughts. Start receiving thoughts. Channel open. Network connecting. 3 minutes. Now. Do it. Component 3. Information query. After 3 minutes, ask specific question. About specific situation. With specific clarity. What is my next optimal action toward your goal? Or, what opportunity currently available would achieve specific outcome? Or, what information about specific situation do I need to know? Specific, clear, answerable, asked. Now return to receptivity, receiving, downloading. Answer comes as knowing, as clarity, as obvious. Information received from network, downloaded through consciousness, transferred to awareness, through Abdullah's code, through 12 minutes, through recognition, receptivity, query, network accessed, information obtained, knowledge transferred from quantum network that scientists with quantum computers couldn't reach, that you with consciousness just reached. Through the code, through the protocol, through connection, that always existed, that you just activated. That works, always. When code is known, when protocol is followed, when consciousness connects to network, to information, to all, that's available. That's accessible. That's yours. Through Abdullah's 1926 code. That 2026 scientists confirmed that only consciousness can use. that technology cannot replicate, but you just executed. That worked. Now, what information did the quantum network download to your consciousness?